Good morning. Good
And
morning.
um,
What's up, buddy?
I came to sit down here, and Hazel popped up behind me and scared the shit out of me.
Like she was down here already?
She was already down here.
Good job. Always good to scare your dad. Keep him on his toes.
Can you say good morning, Dom?
Mm,
Can you say good morning, Dylan? Do you know that you
No.
were almost named Dylan? If you were
What?
a boy, we probably would have called you Dylan. You say, can you say Dylan?
mm,
Dylan.
Good
mm.
Dylan.
morning, Dylan. Good
No,
morning, Hazel. Good morning,
no.
Jason.
Well, it looks like it's just two Turners and a Dom, set up for a really good joke.
Oh,
Happy Friday. You
happy
look cool.
Friday, dude.
Got your little warm workout in. I got my little workout in.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Not necessarily cold. It just felt like I should wear the hoodie at some point one day. I got it. I've had it for a while. But, when you get a hoodie in the summer, like, when do you actually wear it? So,
Yeah, I my I'm
Scuba,
still
what's up,
waiting for
bud?
my green T-shirt to like break in, so it's a little bit more soft. I don't know if that happens. So I want to wear
Oh,
it. It's just like slightly
mm,
too thick. It's like there's not very many things that I get annoyed at the texture of, but like super thick T-shirts, I don't like.
oh, gotcha. Yeah. Well, if we ever make more, I'll fix that.
Yeah. Well, it's Friday. I'm kind of thankful for that. We got break coming up, and we get to play students versus staff volleyball today in the morning for assembly. And if
Oh,
there's,
how
if
fun.
there's if there's anything that I became a teacher for, it's for demonstrating my athletic prowess against 13-year-olds. So today's
It's for
going to go.
spiking the ball in a 13-year-old face that's been talking smack all year.
I'm going to bring rain down on them.
I'm going to show them that height does matter.
Yeah.
Height, age, and experience will always overtake youthful nonsense.
How you feeling today?
Me, I'm feeling good. Despite a major like meltdown yesterday on Brooklyn that I have to recover from and repair today.
Hmm.
Despite that, I'm feeling good. So we'll work on that in the morning, and it was a good day, but it just got a little rough. Like it's same thing we talk about all the time. Like it gets a little rough towards the evening, man. Energy's down. People are still sassy in the house. We're all trying to, like relax and chill. Like I get into either a TV show or a video game, and the kids get in this state where and it's something I've been trying to work on with Amy and trying to figure out myself, but like we're just not good food people. Like, again, I say this to the audience. I wish I knew a guy who specialized in food and could help our family. I'm just kidding. But I don't think there's any help. Like we're a pantry snack family. No one in this house likes to cook, like me or my wife. Like she definitely does not like to cook, and I despise it like so much. Um so our kids just kind of like roam around in the kitchen like hungry, even though it's like full of like everything that they always eat. And that wasn't what happened last night, but it was just part of it. It's just part of that, like in that relaxing evening hour. Like we just don't, there's no dinner routine. It's just shenanigans.
So you had was it more of like the heat of the moment type breakdown?
Pretty sure Blaze is a foodie. Um,
Yeah, Blaze
yeah,
is
it's
our I think Blaze is our nutritionist.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think I had talked about it the other day. It's like Brooklyn and me have been like having some trouble with the fact that this is going to be like, it's really weird to say this phrase, but the fact that like when I'm around her, it's like a weird bodily signal that I need to pass gas. And then she hates it. So like on the short car drive home, I don't know why, but my body just tends to release. And so she'll be spraying this fragrance all over me, and I hate fragrance. And then so we'll just get into like a little tiff in the car ride home. But that didn't happen yesterday. It was we she has a party today, like a end of, like a pre-break party, like a Thanksgiving kind of thing, like a potluck. And we're gonna make monkey bread. So I got all the ingredients, and she's like, "Dad, we got to make it." And I'm like, "Okay." So I go over there, and as I'm grabbing a pan, I let one rip, and she just sparks off with attitude, like really hard. And so I fired right back, and it just didn't go well. She ran up to her room crying, and Ryan is over watching DJ Draw while talking with Ron. Yeah, I know. I know. This Ryan guy, like he just leaves us just to go watch some dude doodle on screen. His brother could just doodle on screen if that's what he wants.
Ryan
No,
is
no
cheating
love
on
lost,
us.
Ryan. No love
Okay,
lost,
so
Ryan.
so
It's
you
just
so
your
you
niece
bent
here.
down, you farted. Brooklyn
Mhm.
got mad, so you did it again in response, kind of like to
No, no,
like,
no, no, no,
I
no, no,
guess
no. So I
like
just I just
like
yelled I just yelled at her. I just yelled at her. Like I said, look, it is what it is. It's a bodily function. Of course, I said this in a screaming manner with a couple of cuss words, but there's a little one here. Like it is what it is, it's bodily function. Like this is my house. I'll do whatever I want. Like essentially that, but like multiply it by 10 and add some potty language in there. And yeah, it just turned volatile.
mhm.
And then I ended up making the monkey bread by myself with my wife giving me like, stares and glares because, I essentially yelled at our child and made her cry
Over farts.
over farts. Yep.
Yeah.
Farts
Um,
kill, ruin households.
yeah. So it took a south turn. Yeah, food or like lack of food definitely affects mood. Absolutely, for sure. Um, I mean, we're pretty good at the dinner routine.
Yeah, I
I
know
would
you
say
guys
it's like
are.
here's where we don't follow up well is like the actual eating of food. Like this girl,
Hmm.
I will make her a really good dinner, and then she'll sit there and stare at it for half an hour, and then she'll get up and say she has to do something, and then 30 minutes later, what do you normally say?
I know what you
I'm
say.
hungry.
I'm
And then
hungry, and then
that,
it's cold. My dinner's cold.
yeah, like I'll start with like, well, that's dinner, and then I always break down and make chicken nuggets or something. So, yeah, it's an evolving battle for sure.
Yeah.
So besides the fear of farts and food, today we're talking about fear, Dom.
We're talking about what?
Fear,
Fear. Oh
the
yeah, don't be afraid.
fears of
I
parenting.
I think we're talking
Um,
about courage, actually. I think we're talking about the
sorry,
opposite of fear.
courage. You're right. Yeah, we are courageous. Um, well, I read it last night, and then I woke up, and for some I was thinking about more fear, less courage.
Mm.
I guess generally I have courage usually, um, but the fear part is what stuck with me, and I was really trying to think of what I'm fearful about being a parent, and barring like like life-threatening illness or
Mhm.
injury. um I think most of my fears are irrational. Like, I don't like to vocalize fears because I have the superstition that they come true, and I'm already feeling like itchy and scratchy about saying this stuff. But it's like a good example is I got home late last night, and I opened up the garage and I sat there for a few minutes. I was answering an email, and before I started pulling in, I was like, wait a minute. What if Hazel like ran out to the garage and is hiding in front of the truck, ducking down to surprise me, but I
Yeah.
pull in and run over her? Like those are the things that like I'll wake up at like 1 o'clock, be like, oh
Don't
God,
do that, Hazel.
oh, I'm so glad that didn't happen. I know you don't touch that. Okay, that's still wet. But like I was really trying to think of like what are the things that I'm actually scared of, and I guess like the fear part was overtaking the courage part. Like when I'm thinking about the courage part, I would say it's usually with like how to break into a conversation with my girls about like an important topic or something that maybe they're stressed about.
Mhm, mhm,
I
mhm.
don't want to mess it up. I don't want to scare them away from like bringing things up. A few days
Yeah.
ago, I brought up that like me and my 12-year-old were kind of scrolling. Morning, Jay. How's it going? Um,
Another J.
I was scrolling through Kira's phone in front of her because I was trying to look for something, and like spooning came up, like cuddling.
Yep, yep, yep.
Pretty
I
sure it
remember
was
that.
the adult version of spooning, but I was like, well, in my head, I'm like, well, this could probably be a conversation. So, like, my conversation was, well, I was like, do you know what spooning means? And where did you learn about it? And I didn't I didn't want her to feel like she was in trouble or that I was like scared or concerned.
Mhm.
Like, well, if you have any questions, you can always come to me or mom. And like what I wish I had said was, I'd much rather you ask me and mom than ask the internet. But
Yeah.
then we had a conversation immediately after that where we were like, well, if we were 12, 13 years old, we probably would have done the same thing, you know?
Probably. Yeah, I mean, definitely, actually. Like, what it's even I think even as hard as we try to be better parents, um, I'm thinking about the difference between our parents and us as parents, like striving to be better, even if it's 1%. It's still just such an awkward thing. Like you could be the best parent in the world and like the most open and trusting and friend type of parent in the world. I still think it's uncomfortable for a teenager to just ask that question or just come up to you and be like, look, I know this is awkward, mom, dad, but I really want to know about sex. Like that just like spooning, kissing, anything like that. Like that feels like that just has to be one of the more awkward things. It's almost along the lines of like, a dad talking to his daughter about the menstrual cycle. It's those things. Like if they have the internet and if they have, like we were talking about, if they have a restricted version of it and you can make sure that they're not getting all those websites that we would get if we typed in spooning or other things, um, then I think the internet's a pretty good place. It's like researching. I mean, you'd say a library, but that's probably pretty uncomfortable for a kid to walk into the library and grab a book on that kind of stuff. Oh,
Well,
good morning.
I got visited by two girls this morning. What's going on?
Is
What
there
is
some
going
sort
on?
of time change we don't know about? You guys excited for Thanksgiving break?
It's the
They're
last
like
day of school. You excited for
they're
the last?
like, let's get this over with.
Yeah, we are.
I have.
Oh, we got a wiggly tooth. Are we pulling it
Ooh,
out today?
fun.
Really?
It'll probably be a Thanksgiving tooth. Yeah, that's not loose yet.
It's coming out right in the pumpkin pie.
Yeah. Yeah, if my girls came to me and asked me those questions, I would actually be relieved because
Mhm.
like yeah, like the conversation might be awkward, but to me that's like okay, I've succeeded in
Yeah.
being a comforting person to ask questions.
Yes. I think from our side, that's how it would look. I'm just saying, like from their side, I feel like it's just ripe with awkwardness.
Oh yeah, I'm
And so it's more along the lines of like if you want to tie the reading into it, it's like them having the courage to come and face their fears and talk to us about an awkward conversation. And our job is to try to make it make ourselves available, like you talked about, uh, and kind of stamp out the fear and give them that, courage over time of being able to just have those conversations. And a lot of it boils down to, those moments where they do something wrong, and their instinct is to hide it or cover it up, and our instinct is to yell and punish. And we do our best to say, look, if you just tell me the truth, that's all I want from you. And it's like in those little moments throughout their childhood, you know, creating that bond of them being able to have open conversation and us not fly off the handle or get mad or, blame them or shame them in any way, then that'll lead towards them being teenagers and being able to openly talk to us about stuff like this, either before it's happening, which is the preference, while it's happening, or after it's happened. But in any way, shape, or form, right? Like we'll take what we can get.
Yeah. I feel like this would be a good question for David. I have not seen him. I have not seen his name
And I
pop.
was going to text him this morning, but I got sidetracked with something. Can't forget. Can't remember what I got sidetracked with, but
I feel like we keep teasing him with like coming on in the morning, and then we never do it. Sorry, David.
yeah,
if you're listening.
I know. We've been teasing a lot of people.
Yeah. It's like at some point, I'm sure you guys want to listen to somebody else talk in the morning. What do you want from me? Are you hungry? Okay, go upstairs. I'll be there in a second.
Right. So, courage.
Those are my thoughts.
Courage to talk. So that's where I'm going to double down on today. Have the courage to go speak with Brooklyn and repair the situation and talk to her about me trying harder to suppress my bodily functions and her trying harder to not overreact.
I would say that's okay. So that's a good example.
But tweens are dramatic.
They're way dramatic.
So the other story of this is like I was in the parking lot of her school picking her up and waiting for her. And so like I'm just hotboxing my own car. And she opens the door and she goes, "Dad!" And then she like goes on a walk in the parking lot. And then she comes back and she says it again. And then go like she went back and forth from the car like 3 times.
She's gonna never want to get in the car.
My
car just thinks of animals and sports, and probably me.
Yeah, Bailey got in the car yesterday and she's like, "It stinks in here," and I'm like what? Because I hadn't done it, anything
it's
like that.
Man.
And she's like, I don't know. And then she starts spraying herself with cologne, and I'm like, I'm glad you figured out that it was you that stunk.
One thing so this is something that I've had to develop as a teacher as well. And I'll say it was kind of courageous because it feels awkward and weird.
Mm-hmm.
But on the off chance that like I have to like get loud or visibly angry, I've done a pretty good job of like apologizing the day after or like at the end of class or something.
Yeah.
I gave my students a mid-quarter survey. And in a quarter one, I had most of the same students, and I asked them for feedback. And one of the questions was, do you feel comfortable coming and asking me for help during class? And for the most part, it was yes, but there was like a few students who were like, not all the time. Like they don't feel comfortable asking for help. And that was something that I was really wondering about is like, why with these students, are they afraid? What have I said before? There was one kid that said that he's tired of me picking on him.
Oh, okay.
But that was probably like an over sprinkling of sarcasm, So like that's something I apologized for to him yesterday. I guess I'd say in like the last few years, I think apologizing has something that's kind of taken a little bit of courage to do, especially when you don't mean it.
Okay. Yeah.
Like when it comes across as an insult or when it comes across as berating. And me and Kristen have said this, or Kristen and I have talked about this, where she said like, hey, like sometimes you're too sarcastic. You're really biting. Like, yeah, you're witty sometimes, but it's just like sometimes it's too much. And I would
Yes.
and there were times when I would do that in public, like self-depreciating couple humor or
Yep.
pointing out
I'm guilty of
flaws
that for sure.
in a
Yep.
way.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
You were talking about how you're with your friends a few days ago or last weekend, and you kind of vented some things that were on your chest that you hadn't gone out.
Yeah.
That's what I like. I would do that too, but like it never improves the situation, right? Like it
Yep.
might feel
Well,
really good at first to get it off your chest, but then it's like, well, now I got to go home to it, and it's just us, and we either go to bed and don't talk about it and keep it in our chests forever, and just
yeah.
absorb the pain, or
Yeah. Like
or
I was
we
gonna say,
talk.
like you said, saying the word, like the sorry, the apologizing, the whatever, like really saying it, whether you mean it or not, like whether you can like find a little like find some way to get yourself to mean it, or just see like just switch it into the other person's perspective. Like, okay, you're not sorry for what you said because it was stuff you vented and had to get off your chest, but like, I'm sorry for the way it made you feel. Like, I'm sorry that it came out in that way in front of our friends. Like, I've been finding a lot in work that if I apologize for things, it really does diffuse the situation, like with a client. And then yesterday, Amy had an altercation with our dentist where she had a dental appointment for her and two of the kids. She was exhausted from the concert the night before, so she didn't wanna go. And then both kids, when I picked them up from school, I told them that they were gonna go to the dentist, to let them know, and they both started whining about it. So they show up to the dentist and they're like, "No, you didn't confirm your appointment." So we took you off the schedule, and she just had like the two ladies at the reception desk were just very much like just saying no, you didn't confirm, instead of saying, oh, we're so sorry for the confusion. And like at the end of the conversation, Amy literally like in fumes, and she retells it like, and Bailey was there, so Bailey got to see like her mom get like really spicy and agitated with another person.
Hmm.
But at the end of it, Amy's like, look, you guys need to just apologize. Like, I didn't make a mistake. Like, you guys changed your policy, but you're sitting here blaming me when it's your fault. And like, and so then the manager calls her later, and the first thing the manager said was like, "I'm so sorry for for everything that happened. Like, and just right then and there, like Amy calmed down, like instantly. So, yes. Dang chat, why y'all dead? Where you at, man? These people. Jay, you still here?
I'm still here.
No, I'm at the other Jay.
Oh,
I was just had something to show him for a second, but
yeah.
it's okay if he's
Sleepy
not. I get
Friday.
it.
That's good.
It's a sleepy Friday. Dylan's
It's
on his
fine.
commute. He's hanging. Okay, Jason says he's here. Jason, look what I got, dude. Still in the still in the wrapper, buddy. Like that.
I'm
This is
excited.
Jason. This is Jay's character, the fearless fairy. So,
Oh, okay.
and these have become more rare because there wasn't that many of them produced. I'm sure Jay's ripped through like Jay, how many of you ripped through? Like, tell us honestly. Like, are you up to 100? I don't think you are. I think maybe like 10 would be my guess.
Saying never rip it ever. Dom. I'm saying I'm excited for you in the same way that I would say, I'm sorry you were offended.
Yeah.
I've not made that emotional connection to the ripping of past packages, but I'm glad you guys
I lost it
understand
honestly
that.
because I got all this stuff a long time ago, and then the kids and I ripped it and they had a great time. And then we do these like the little minis. I don't know if you've seen them, but the little squishies that are in the balls. So I get those every time the new season comes out. And the kids kind of like are okay with it, but then they get a little fighty when like one of them gets one of the really special ones and stuff like that. And so
Mhm.
it's like hit and miss like with my kids. And then I ripped a couple other things like the pins and stickers, and there was something that I noticed where like, if I didn't get something really cool, like, I started to get a little like, "Oh, man," like, really bummed or upset, like, especially because like, like, when you see people, like, posting stuff online, they usually post the good stuff, not like, oh, I just ripped a boring box. And Jay knows this because it's kind of like his side job, main job is. I don't know if you know this, but Jay is part of a duo. Him and Tom. They run a show where they buy product and then they sell it and then they rip it. So Jay's ripped, like, I don't know, he's
Yeah,
probably still
uh,
counting. He's probably still counting how many of these comics he's ripped because I asked him the question and he obviously hasn't responded yet. So he's still trying to count in his head. Um, it might be in the thousands. I'm just kidding. I think there was only 2,000 made of this comic.
yeah. I think I follow. I think I follow them on something.
To
Uh,
the Moon is their company. They've been in here in that screen name.
yes, I do have them on there. I do see
They're
them.
gr- they're
Yes.
great and entertaining. They just do their shit way too late for me. Like otherwise, I'd be in there watching them, talking with them, trolling Tom, buttering up Jay because Jay's my favorite. Tom's my least favorite. But yeah, that's just too late for me.
Yeah.
Like to go live at midnight.
Boy, midnight.
It just seems that way because and this is a thing that I think I've talked to them about a bunch of times, is like they're both working professionals. Tom's a business owner. Jay works for Apple, and they both have families. And then they have this like side hustle where they're, you know, finding product for their show, which is a grind and a hustle. And then they're, ripping it live, and then they have to ship it and make content. And I think they've doubled down like every year and gotten bigger and bigger every year. It's really impressive. I'm really impressed by the two of them. As much as I give Tom shit, like I'm definitely a Tom fan. Yeah, way past Tom time.
But not as big of a fan as Jay.
No, Jay's amazing.
Yeah.
Just the things about Jay. Jay's face and his smile and his eyes. He just looks warm and cuddly.
That maxed out jawline.
Whereas
Um,
Tom just looks like a mean, grumpy old man.
um,
I
Tom,
hope Jay comes back and clips all this and sends it to Tom. I'm just playing.
we'll do that. I got to run.
Do it,
The
dude.
one
You got
last
kids
thing.
awake, man.
I know they're all awake. What the hell? The one thing I wanted to share on the apologizing part is something I learned from a principal that I worked with for a few years. It didn't really matter what was happening. Like when there was a miscommunication, he was always the first to apologize, even on small things. And I always noticed that the way in which it diffused a potential situation
Yeah.
took away an hour at least of like the frustration of whatever that might have been. And even with like even like when me and Kristen fight, even if like we both feel like we're right and like nothing has been fixed, at the very least I'll try to say like I'm sorry we fought, because
Yeah.
that's like the worst possible outcome. So if I would have any advice on this page, it was like have the courage to, I don't know, recognize your part in something, I guess.
Yeah, I totally understand that, and I
Apologizing.
totally get that. Sometimes I just have a little problem with the fact that it's always me.
Yeah, that's our job, Dom.
I know. I guess so. But man, go be with your kids. Last day of school. We're gonna be here. I mean, hopefully you'll be here all next week. But if not, if for whatever reason you want to just enjoy your winter break without this show, just text me and please feel free to enjoy the shit out of it without this show. But I'll be here every single day for the foreseeable future.
Dom, my
Most
days are not
likely.
complete without you. My vacations would be less not complete without you.
All right,
So
guys. Thank you
I will
for
be.
showing up. The few of you that said hi to us. We love you, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Have a great Friday, everybody.
Bye, buddy. Bye, buddy. Let me get this going. There we go. Music up. Absolutely.